Imagine waking up, going to work, doing everything right, and still feeling like every bill is a countdown clock. Groceries ring up higher than what rent used to cost. Housing feels like a closed door that only opens for the wealthy. Savings disappear before they even have a chance to grow. More and more Canadian families sit at the kitchen table at night, quietly asking the same question: how are we supposed to survive like this? Today, let's step away from political speeches and flashy headlines. Let's talk about the real reasons life feels harder, why so many families feel trapped, and most importantly, what can actually be done to create breathing room again. The middle class promise. Slipping away Canada used to sell a simple promise: work hard, follow the rules, and life will slowly get better. A house you could afford, a steady job you could depend on, healthcare that worked when you needed it, a safe future for your kids. But over time, something shifted quietly, and then, suddenly, it felt like everything snapped at once. Prices surged, wages lagged, debt became normal instead of rare. People get blamed for bad budgeting, but that misses the truth. Most families are not losing money because of small treats or coffee runs. They're drowning because of the basic pillars of life. Housing, food, transportation, childcare, and interest costs all became expensive at the exact same time. Housing. From stability to pressure. Housing once meant stability. It was the place where memories, security, and long-term plans started. Today feels like one of the biggest sources of stress. Population grew faster than the number of homes built. Investors began treating properties like stocks instead of shelter. Low interest rates sparked bidding wars, then rising rates trapped people in painful payments. Families now face impossible choices: pay rising rent every year with nothing to show for it, or take on mortgages that feel like lifelong. When housing consumes 40 to 60% of income, there is no room left for emergencies, saving, or even rest. People don't feel like they own their homes anymore. They feel like their homes own them. The grocery cart that keeps shrinking. Walk through a grocery store now, and the change feels almost physical. Items that were once everyday purchases now feel like luxuries. Supply chains never fully healed. Fuel and fertilizer costs climbed, and extreme weather damaged crops. Meanwhile, fewer companies control more of the food market, leaving shoppers with fewer real choices. Families clip coupons, switch brands, wait for discount days, and fill carts with cheaper calories instead of healthier options. Yet every week, the same thing happens. The cart looks lighter, the bags feel thinner, and the receipt somehow keeps getting longer. Food isn't optional, but lately, it feels priced like it is. Working hard, earning less power. Most Canadians are not failing, they're working harder than ever. Nights, weekends, side gigs, yet somehow falling further behind. Traditional stable jobs have been replaced by contracts, gig work, and part-time roles without benefits. Automation and outsourcing squeeze wages quietly. Prices sprint ahead while pay crawls. That mismatch creates more than financial strain. It creates emotional exhaustion. People start to feel like effort no longer matters, like the ground beneath them keeps moving, and the future they were promised is slowly slipping away, no matter how hard they try. Childcare. When raising kids feels impossible for parents, everything often comes down to one bill: childcare. In many cities, childcare costs rival rent or mortgage payments. Families make brutal decisions. One parent quits working, grandparents step in, or parents take opposite shifts and barely see each other. Some decide they simply can't afford another child. This isn't just a family issue, it shapes the country's future. When raising kids becomes financially risky, people hesitate, families shrink, and long-term economic strength weakens. Parents aren't choosing wrong, they're navigating a system that treats childcare like a luxury service instead of a necessity. Interest rates. The invisible tax interest rates work like an invisible tax that touches almost everything. Mortgages jump. Car payments stretch longer. Credit cards quietly balloon with every month a balance remains. Student loans linger for years, shaping decisions about careers and families. Small businesses borrow just to survive. Governments borrow, too. And eventually, that cost circles back to taxpayers. A simple $5,000 balance can quietly turn into thousands more over time. People aren't always buried by what they buy. They're buried by the relentless cost of borrowing, paying more, getting less. Canadians pay taxes to support things that matter: schools, hospitals, roads, public safety. A growing feeling of paying more while receiving less. Fees increase, services slow, and the frustration builds with every long line, delayed project, and unanswered phone call. Most people aren't angry at the idea of taxes. They're frustrated with the sense that money disappears into paperwork, delays, and inefficiency instead of solving the problems right in front of them. Healthcare. Free, but hard to reach. Canada's healthcare system is admired around the world, but the experience many families live through tells a different story. Longer wait times, fewer available doctors, crowded emergency rooms, delayed tests and surgeries. Even when treatment is technically free, people miss work, lose income, and carry months of worry. Healthcare that arrives too late or moves too slow still has a cost, and families pay it in stress, exhaustion, and uncertainty. Growth without planning. Immigration brings innovation, culture, energy, and economic strength. But growth without matching investment in housing transit, and healthcare creates pressure everywhere. More people compete for the same homes, buses, jobs, classrooms, and hospital beds. The problem isn't newcomers, it's planning that didn't keep pace with reality. When infrastructure lags behind growth, everyone feels squeezed, and communities start blaming each other instead of demanding better leadership. When small businesses are the heartbeat of neighborhoods. The baker who knows your name, the mechanic you trust, the cafe where conversations happen. Rising rents, insurance, payroll costs, and taxes push many of them to the edge. When they close, jobs vanish, prices rise, and communities lose the local character that makes them feel alive. Large chains move inefficient, convenient, but often disconnected, and another layer of community identity quietly disappears. For quiet, mental health, burnout, financial stress rarely stays financial. It creeps into conversations, relationships, sleep, and health. Parents argue more. Kids notice tension they don't fully understand. People lie awake at night doing math in their heads, trying to figure out what to cut next. The real crisis isn't just empty bank accounts, it's emotional burnout. It's the feeling of constantly bracing for the next expense, the next emergency, the next unexpected bill that isn't really unexpected anymore. Leaders who reacted too late. For years, governments of all kinds treated symptoms instead of causes. Rebates here, programs there, announcements that take decades. Policy is moved from one pocket to another. Meanwhile, families drowned in real time. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Leadership was reactive instead of proactive. Decisions arrived after the damage, and ordinary people absorbed the cost. Real fixes are possible. The good news is that solutions exist if leaders choose them. Build housing where people actually live and work, not just where land is easiest to develop. Support families directly when costs spike. Strengthen wages and real job training instead of temporary promises. Prevent corporate price domination by actually enforcing competition. Match immigration targets with real infrastructure planning. Teach financial literacy early so people understand debt before it traps them. Expand mental health. Support that is affordable and easy to access. None of these ideas are magical. They're simply decisions made with ordinary families in mind. How families can breathe. Right now, while the system slowly changes, families still need immediate breathing room. Tracking spending weekly, not yearly, helps reveal hidden leaks. Calling providers and negotiating bills works more often than people expect. Avoiding high-interest credit whenever possible keeps future stress lower. Even small emergency funds cushion bad weeks. Sharing tools, childcare, and resources inside communities reduces pressure. And learning side skills that actually pay, instead of working endless overtime, can create new paths forward. These steps don't fix everything, but they can turn panic into control. The real crisis, losing the future. The hardest part of today's economy isn't just prices, it's losing the belief that hard work leads somewhere. For generations, Canadians believed that effort eventually paid off. Now, many quietly fear that no matter how hard they push, it will never be enough. When that belief breaks, society loses something deeper than money. It loses hope. Closing. This isn't hopeless. Canada isn't broken beyond repair. But the promise that tomorrow will be better needs rebuilding. Families deserve affordable homes, stable food prices, hospitals that truly help, fair wages, and leaders who plan ahead. Instead of reacting late, if you're struggling, it doesn't mean you failed. It means the system stopped working for ordinary people. Talking about it openly isn't negativity, it's the first real step toward change, dignity, and hope. Again, if this video helped you understand what's happening, hit like, share, and subscribe button.